Hey, what's up guys? I'm Zamaera. I am a rapper, singer, and I'm performing this 21st of July at Good Vibes Festival at the Ranch in Genting Islands.
When I walk down the street, traffic. When I'm with the flow is graphic.
Right, Zamaera, so you're performing Good Vibes. How do you feel about that?
I feel excited. I'm quite stoked about not only me performing, but more so the lineup of local and international acts that Good Vibes is very famous for, putting up an amazing lineup of people. Really, I'm more excited about playing alongside my local act friends.
Right. Anyone that you're looking forward to watch?
Definitely. I have on my list Now Fallen Ice Guy. Pretty much everyone from the Electric Field stage, all the Saturday Select Boys, Roshan, DJ Vin, Luna Dira, Bill Musa. So it's really amazing to watch your friends, flourish in their own right and see and reach this kind of international platform.
Right. Any international artists that you might want to?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to SZA and What's So Not. Like SZA is, I have this thing about SZA. Like when she put out her album Control, I never felt more connected to an artist like ever. Every song that she sang in and every lyric that she wrote felt so relatable to me. And I have this theory, like we might be sisters because her name SZA is my initials.
Right.
Sharifa Zamaera Alidra.
Right.
So I was like, maybe that's what we think of.
Definitely. So you've been like putting Control on like repeat, like.
I mean, ever since it's been out, yeah, definitely. I am bound to jump on stage and shamelessly tell like, I can sing this. She's had a voice injury recently when she was performing for the TDE Championship
But she
Tour.
recovered.
Yeah, she recovered. So I'm like, it's okay. I can sing with you, girl. I know every lyric of the song.
How do you think that first conversation is going to be like when you approach SZA?
I think I might act cool, or I think I can act cool.
Right.
And then you kind of just like freeze because it's somebody that you adore so much artistically, But I would probably pretend that I'm cool too, like, what's up? Like, yeah. But inside I'm like, no.
Some rappers say that live performances are not the same as studio recordings because you don't capture the same production value on stage. So like Tyler or Anderson .Paak have an entire live band around them. So what's the Zamaera performance going to be like?
I actually had the opportunity to watch Anderson .Paak in New York 2 years ago. It was amazing. He was like rapping and playing drums. But he's coming to KL on the 26th of July. But I think that's the direction of music that I've always wanted to do or be a part of, because watching Lauryn Hill, watching the Fugees' live performances, and being captivated by not just the artist itself, but by the accompanying band members, it brings it actually pushes the studio recording version to a different height than you can ever imagine, because there's a lot more elements involved in a live live production, because there's visuals involved, the way that you move, what you say to the crowd, and that is a lot more engaging, because obviously when you listen to a studio recording, it's just the listener listening to the sound.
I'm just curious as to how your songwriting process works. Like, do you come up with the subject matter first, or the beats, or how does that normally work?
It's very different for every song. There's no specific template.
It's tragic. When I hit it under mic, it's magic. In the studio, we can make it anthems. If your man call me, I won't answer, but I holler right back if he handsome. Damn son, that's sneaky. Ass move, that's cheeky. And I got connects, no Wi-Fi. If your man can move, we're like nice try. Cause I'ma get me down a bitch. Muay Thai, don't be touching on my drink. Muay Thai.
As to how you want to do it, obviously, it starts off as being inspired, when you get inspired by a certain life experience, and then, but how I wrote Helly Kelly was, I was bumping to this grime beat. I was listening to a lot of grime, like Skepta and Wiley and Lady Lashur and Loki from the UK, and then I was like, this is really cool, like punchline for punchline stuff. And the fact that they can put these wordplays inside, and so I started doing it without really an idea of what it was about. So after the first verse, I realized that it had been the topic or the subject had been me.
I see.
A lot of people think that it's like me dissing someone, but it's
it
not.
Does sound,
It was actually like me 2-3 years ago.
Right.
Or at that point of time, it was like 3 years ago. So like now, like me 4 years ago. But it's easy to write about your flaws once you've acknowledged and admitted it, and then you can just laugh about it, because at one point everybody had that friend who's like, or still has that friend who's like a Helly Kelly.
Yeah.
Who's like saying that they got so much work, but they go to the club and they bump it. Like, and I was like that. That's why it's so easy for me to write about it, because I knew that I was like that.
This falls in line perfectly to what your sound will be like in your upcoming tracks, or the future of Zamaera sound. Can you tell us a little bit about the songs you're working on, or whether there's a plan for an album?
Yes, I actually I was in the US for 6 weeks, and I actually recorded my EP album there. So I'm really excited for Good Vibes, obviously, because this will be the first time that we're playing tracks from the EP album, and it's really exciting because it's in a live setting, and I think hip hop accompanied with live backline is just an experience that everybody has to be a part of.
Right.
So if people come to Good Vibes and they've never experienced that, I want to be the first person who they're like, oh, remember we went to watch the mirrors thing, like I want to be
memorable.
Yeah, I want it to be memorable, and I want it to be an experience. It's like they went on this journey with me from the very beginning.
I'm gonna go back in time a bit and just go back to the time you first fell in love with hip hop, maybe like the first song.
Right.
Artist.
I think my whole life, I was kind of set up for it. I mean, I don't want to say that it's a coincidence, because it feels like it's not a coincidence. My dad had played songs in the car, which was a genre, from hip hop to R&B to pop music to country music, and really the because he burned his own CDs. Okay, sorry, Dad, I outed you. Having going to jail.
All our dads did that.
So he did that, and he burned the CDs. And the first song, I think, which was like really hip hop, that when I was young, I was like, oh, what song is this? It's Missy Elliott's Work It, Get Your Freak On, and I need a glass of water, boy, oh boy, it's good to know, Work It, right.
All Hail Queen Missy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so really it was from that point of time, I was like, okay, hip hop is dope, and because of their love for music, it was clear and evident that genre is subjective.
Right.
Good music is good music regardless of what genre it is. But the first time I think I consciously listened to hip hop, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna dissect this album, and I'm gonna learn what it means, was Tupac's All Eyes on Me, which is his 4th album, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And that was, the album that really I kind of took on as like a Bible to hip hop for me, because I was looking at it as something that I wanted to learn.
You feel like you always have to experiment with yourself and your sound?
Of course. I mean, that's the best part about being an artist. You can experiment with yourself creatively and really challenge yourself and see what kind of new ideas you can come up with.
Yeah.
Because this is not the best version of myself. This is not the Lemonade was at the point that Beyonce's album, Lemonade 2016, that was not the best version of Beyonce, because now she's at a whole different level.
Definitely, yeah. Everything is love is different. Yeah.
Like Matthew McConaughey said it when he won his award, he's always chasing for the version of himself that's 10 years down the road from now. So you're always chasing, you always want to be different, And in terms of females in rap and R&B music, because as a woman you already get so publicly scrutinized for anything that you do, whether it's music, whether it's your life choices and things like that. So, we'll always be looked upon and always be judged in that sense. But it plays in our favor because we stand up.
That's true.
And it makes it easier for us to be heard then. Yeah. To a certain extent.
Yeah. Now, let's go back to grime a bit, because grime has a certain sound, right? It's very raw, very punchline after punchline. And that's very unique to the UK sound. People think of hip hop in the UK, think of grime. Do you have a particular association with the Malaysian hip hop sound? When you think of Malaysian hip hop, what's the sound that resonates the most with you?
I have to be frank, I don't think that we have a Malaysian sound. Even not coming from hip hop, for example, Pirami and Saloma, it was all very jazz-based piano, and our national anthem, sounds eerily similar to Mamula Moon, it cannot be a coincidence. So a lot of the sounds that we take are references or samples from, the West, but it's okay because music taken from something else and then brought into its own light. Because ultimately, people still like our national anthem. We still wrote our own lyrics.
Yeah.
Ramli and Saloma, they still have their own lyrics and stuff like that, and so do I. With grime and things like that, it's still coming from you.
Right.
Because music is an evolution. You're supposed to take it from other parts of the world, bring your own like flair to it, whether it's lyrically or sonically. But Malaysian music was, like I said, I don't think there is a specific Malaysian sound in hip hop, but when the artist makes it, like Akid, when you put this ada awet, when he did, that is so Malaysian. Like I love it so much.
Ada awet yang makan babi, ada awet yang macam babi, ada awet yang jual babi. Awet aku makan.
What else is there? Awet.
Even when the sound is not Malaysian,
Right, the sound is not Malaysian.
nobody else will sing ada awet.
Yeah,
Tupac won't sing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like even for my song Wanita, like I wanted to have like the English terms, but it's like something that Malay people would, people in our country would say. That's
Right.
bahasa Melayu. Sorry, that's what I wanted to say. So like, mulut memang laser. Like it's like laser is English, but then you don't hear English. If people say your mouth is very laser, you don't
That's
say
true.
that. I wanted it to be identifiable to our society, which you can once the lyrics come in.
No, but you didn't start off rapping immediately, right? Like
Yeah.
you were first a storyteller when you were a kid, and then you started storying R&B.
Right.
So how did that process happen? Like when you were storytelling, were you already like in love with rapping and wanting to do that?
I think I subconsciously was, because I didn't know that rap like stood for rhythm and poetry, And I was always doing poetry. I was always writing short stories, and like I said, I think my whole life I was like kind of set up for it to get to that point of rapping. I just didn't know, that this medium, not that it didn't exist, but I wasn't consciously aware of it, because I really loved all kinds of music, but it made the transition easier.
I see. Right. So do you have like a book that you sort of resonated with, that you grew up with, maybe?
I have so many books. Let me tell you, that's probably the one thing that you can't part me with. I am an avid reader. If you ask my parents, they would tell you that you can't. Like the reason why I would go late to school or sleep late is because I didn't want to part with a book. And my first favorite author that I knew was like, oh damn, she's an awesome author, was when I was, I think, 8 or 7. Is Enid Blyton. So she writes these short stories, and it's about like folklore and different creatures, and I just love that because it gave me a sense of creativity and imagination that really put me in my place now. But I'd always loved books. Currently I am reading Oscar Wilde's Picture of Dorian Gray.
Right. A bit morbid, but
actually no, not really at all. I would say there's so much humor. I didn't think that such a classic literature book like that could have so much urban day humor that I could relate to.
Yeah.
Which I think, but I'm only at page 28, so I just started. So,
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not gonna spoil
So
it,
maybe
then.
I haven't reached that part yet.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Sorry.
But Oscar Wilde's sarcasm is pretty prevalent in
Yes,
social music,
it is.
like Kelly Kelly.
Exactly.
Definitely. But
So that sarcasm.
yes. Do you have like a theme maybe for the upcoming albums or EP?
Yeah, we do have a team, but I can't
It's a
tell you.
secret.
It's a secret. But you can interview me again after goodbyes.
Looking forward to that.